days are not that bad, and even pleasant, one might say. I can't control the thoughts I have, I can't control the present wave of emotion. Anxiously hoping for something or someone, for anything at all. I can't imagine a life without familiarity. I can't imagine what it's like to live with certainty. I like to rewatch movies so I know the end of every scene. I know the end of everything I do, because I won't ever leave my room. It's safer here, and safety's all I want and all I need. Buried my issues here, deep within the walls, and in my dreams, in my own atmosphere is where I'll die, so let me die in peace. I'm on my final breath, my final steps. I've never felt so free, but my head's spinning. I can't help but think of who I'm abandoning, and suddenly my chest cries out in pure panic. It cannot end like this, I say with strength I haven't felt before. And that's when it finally hits, with my hands sweating. Climbed down from the ledge I once saw so threatening, but it don't cause me fear no more. My fingers touch the fabric of my jacket made of corduroy, reminding me of Brentwood and the things that I would die to see again.
My sweet and sour youth, I can't let go of who I was, but I can carve myself in two, and I can pick up all the pieces and let everybody choose. Yeah, it's all in your mind, boy, it's all in your head. Leave it all behind, you can finish when you're dead. I'll be waiting for you here when this madness finally ends. Remember who you are, don't forget it when your head's spinning. Stuck in a room, television on while you're tripping on shrooms. You got your thoughts spilling, but none of it's true. It's all for so your heart can tell apart the parts that make you.
Hello again, it's nice to see you're back. Did you like the things you saw, and do you finally understand why I wear corduroy? I really like corduroy. Hello my friend, anything you'd like to ask? Any unresolved pollutions in your head that make you gag? I'm just one call away, so please don't be afraid to call me back. You hold me like flowers to your chest, suffocate yet still I rest. You hurt me with malice again, must have learned that trait from one of your friends. It's like they're bad for me, and I might just be the same. I don't know another way, so I let you, I give you the reins. It's so easy with a pretty face, but I know in my heart what you are is a monster, and we can't be together. Shame. So what you gonna do? You can cut me with your words, you can keep my thrifted shirt, you can keep all of our friends, since at least I know my worth. Even if you are my world, I'll just numb myself with what kept. If this is all I have, then I know I'll be okay. Rather die and be alone than to love and be in pain. Oh, down, and I'll dance on top your grave one last time. And I'll whisper that I slept with your sister. Told you when I had the chance. Wanted to hold you in helpless romance. You fade like a ghost. From London to Aberdeen, west side, cool from Saturday, private limousine. You think it really matters if I'm there? 'Cause I know, 'cause I have to private. What's the point of finance? Next day I really lost you, and I confess I haven't been the best in January. Now I keep saying I should have told you when I had the chance. Lost in eyes we don't have. I wanted to hold you, hopeless romance. It felt like a ghost. Can you catch me when I fall? I'm in love with the idea of who you are. I try to look the other way, but I'm lying to myself. I never wanted it to end. I had no other option. I had to find a way to leave before you walked in. At the end, the truth was all I really wanted, but it's too late for that. You give heart attacks, and to fight it back to my hotel down in Brooklyn, hoping that nobody's looking for me. She says she got a boyfriend, but she wants to get a drink, it's not the weekend. And she got a class for Ivy League, she just a stranger, but it seems as if she doesn't want to live. Ooh, tell me what you want. The barista has no patience and my Parker's in the car. Ooh, tell me what you want. I can tell you something else. You're slipping in and out of thought, 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 she says she hopes I'm doing well. Incredible to see. Can't lie, heart skipped a beat when we saw her through a shining veil. She like a wolf in sheep's wool. She trying to play it cool as if we go way back as friends. She trying to make some sort of sense. Why the hell we in this parking lot talking about things we never did? Go back to my busboy days, back when I had a 40-hour week and a shit show pay. Laid off on the weekends, ran so far, everybody tweaking. I just wanna sleep all day. Ooh, tell me what you want. The barista has no patience and my Parker's in the car. Ooh, tell me what you're on. I can tell you something else. You're slipping in and out of thought, 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 maybe this time I might fade, fall into former ways. Can somebody tell somebody I'm not capable of change? She from Manhattan, but I smell the cat from down in Staten. She wants a 7-figure package, I'm not finished packing. I used to think I didn't wanna chase the bag, wanna sell out with no shoulders, a king to what I had. Fucking this bitch, shut out the internet. She's sucking dick, no one I ever met. My money big, my attitude feminine. Call me a bitch, she's like my cinnamon. But I've been working harder in silence, so these people never seen violence. The shit that I say is timeless, mindless, and not that I fuck. Ooh, tell me what you want. The barista has no patience and my Parker's in the car. Ooh, tell me what you want. I can tell you something else. You're slipping in and out of thought, 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 too strong, no cream inside my coffee. And she just wants to fuck, okay. Whatever you want, how do you taste test me for one, but I don't think I'm cut. Catfished in myself, I can't be ash for the blunt, so I decided to run right, looking directly into the sunlight. Reach my eyes and get back in the church, I can't right now, it's back right now. I bet she back, no time to chill out. it's real. It's something I can feel. This imaginary love. So I'd rather stay asleep. If it makes me happy, is it imaginary? Why don't you stay for one more cup of coffee? Why can't you be honest and say what you want? I think that she wants to go home without reading loud. She says that she thinks we should fight. I think I'm autistic and different. Everyone I know Googling how to be normal in high school, that's real. Sometimes I don't know how to feel. There were so many things that I never got to talk about without the recent crashing out, breaking out, dropping out, breaking up and selling out, losing streams of who I was, becoming what I hate, hating what I used to love. Sorry for the trauma dump. Why don't you stay for one more cup of coffee? Why can't you be honest and say what you want? I think that she wants to go home without reading loudly. She says that she thinks we should fall. I think I'm autistic and different from everyone I know. Googling how to be normal in high school, that's real. Sometimes I don't know how to feel. As soon as the mask came off, the label dropped. They left with a buyback clause. No bad blood though, cause they weren't that bad. Shout out to James, my dad, but his past tense, who I was bad. I'm glad he's got Toby's and friends, not similar songs that you can watch me dance. Why don't you stay for one more cup of coffee? Why can't you be honest and say what you want? I think that she wants to go home without reading loudly. She says that she thinks we should fall. I think I'm autistic and different from everyone I know. Googling how to be normal in high school, that's real. Sometimes I don't know how to feel.
Everybody changed so fast, but their faces. Jail says it's calm, blackouts in my playlist. Walk on two paths, two moons on my spaceship. It's the same shit, bad though like 2020. Everybody on vacation. Never thought I'd be who I am today. Shit, you wanna make a change, okay then. Find paper planes into walls in the basement. What I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. lights switch on, make sure you conversation. The snakes in my bed, put them in the basement. Don't make sense, but it makes me sense, and it makes my eyes go. I'm so proud, lose time, chase habits, don't have no end. So how the fuck do I let go? How the fuck was I supposed to know about everything you wanted from me? How the hell do you suppose to be everything you want me to be?
Indifferent to the people I detest, but it harms me in a way that even I cannot detect in my own flesh and blood. Think I've had enough. I welcome death with open arms, like an old friend I haven't seen since I was young. When young was old, when daddy did terrible things. Maybe I'd feel better then. Me fear no more, my fingers touch the fabric of my jacket made of corduroy, reminding me of Brentwood and the things that I would try to see. Hello again, it's nice to see you're back. Did you like the flowing, a river made from rain, winding down a mountain of everything I hate. Photos took from better days. Nice to know the color never seems to fade. If only I were smart enough to know what's good for me. If I didn't feel so confident, would I be so naive? If I could turn back time and try again, then maybe we could have been something more perfect. Glitter on your face, light behind your eyes, flicker like a flame, burning, but comfort from your gaze. All I feel is hurt, but I can't look away. If only I were smart enough to know what's good for me. If I didn't feel so confident, would I be so naive? If I could turn back time and try again, then maybe we could have been something more. Something I know it's been a minute since we last spoke, and every type of bitter this year. There's something sentimental about the thought of it all, but your tears are all I hear. Should've loved you better, I wish I could have been there. I wish we never met, so maybe then I wouldn't see you everywhere. But you're so independent, need no one but yourself. I don't know how you do it, inhibition from my guilt's too coarse. I made a mistake, pushed you away, so I grieved your loss. Killed every single memory, killed every thought, killed everything. 'Cause it might be easier that way, if I never had to see your face. If I could pretend we never met, maybe then I'd feel okay. But how can I act like you're a stranger if you were the only one who knew me? I live in a city